Hey everyone, it's Ashlena. Happy Aurora Tuesdays. So I don't really know what I'm doing today. I know I have a request from one of my patrons and it's for Song Exploder podcast about Runaway. And this is from John. So thanks, John, for this recommendation for the poll. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I react to Aurora every single Tuesday. I do a poll on Patreon. It's completely free to join. You get to vote, you get to comment, and you can tell me some suggestions for upcoming polls, which is really, really helpful because I feel like I've seen so much, but there's just so much to do. This one is a podcast, so I'm assuming there's no video, which is fine. And it's about the song Runaway. So I'm curious to hear this because Runaway is literally one of my favorite songs from Aurora. When I first reacted to Aurora, I realized, getting into her albums that, oh shit, I have heard of Runaway before. That's wild. And then Running with the Wolves became one of my favorite songs. But I don't know, Runaway just has such a special place in my heart that I just want to know as much as I can about it. So let's listen to this together. There is a video, but I feel like it's probably just a picture, but I'll play it anyway.
Aurora is a singer and songwriter from Norway who released her first EP in 2015 when she was 19 years old.
Jesus.
It featured the song Runaway, and after it came out, Aurora went on to win Norwegian Grammys for Best New Artist and Best Pop Artist, and she played the voice of the North Wind in Disney's Frozen 2. This year, 6 years after that debut EP came out, Aurora's song Runaway became a huge hit on TikTok. As of this recording, between YouTube and Spotify, Runaway has been streamed over 500 million times.
Wow.
In this episode, Aurora looks back at how the song first began and how it evolved over time.
This guy has
the
a
demo
great
to the
radio
final
voice.
version.
I can see why he does podcasts.
Take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. My name is Aurora. I was around 11 years old when I first started writing Runaway. I was living very happily in my childhood home. It's on the west coast of Norway, and it's very nice here. It's very quiet. You really have the space and time to kind of dream yourself away. So I just sat down at my piano and played, and I wrote. When I started writing Runaway, I had a story quite clear in my mind. When I was younger, I struggled quite a lot with understanding people around me, especially the part where people kind of lie about their current state of mind, because we like to pretend that we're happier than we are, and I feel like people fear to open up about whatever troubles us. So I just wanted to write a song about how we run away with our emotions rather than to face them and ask our family and friends for help. It becomes so much easier once we share what lies within us, because then we realize that it's perfectly normal, but we never get the chance to ever understand that because we never tell anyone about what's going on inside. And I guess I just thought about that quite a lot as a child for some reason.
That's crazy.
I remember the day I wrote Runaway, I was listening to the ocean, the very first line of the song. I was listening to the ocean. And I am looking at it right now. The ocean to me is kind of like human beings. It's so mysterious and it's so deep and dangerous and beautiful, which is how I feel about people. I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sand, but when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hands. When I started writing Runaway, I was going through grief for the first time in my life. And this experience really inspired me. And in the first verse, you can hear that I'm missing someone. Because when you miss someone so badly in your heart, you kind of see their face everywhere. And I just wanted to write about this feeling as well as I could. And I think that's what I mean with I saw a face in the sand. And when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hand. And I was running far away, would I run off the wall someday? That was something different the first time I wrote Runaway. I think even it didn't have any words, if I remember correctly. I just had like la di da di da di da, because I'm very inspired by Norwegian folk music. There's one type that's really sad, and it's just really beautiful. It sounds like a lullaby, but a really sad one. It's kind of like da 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 da
God, she should write lullabies.
That's a goodnight lullaby that you would usually sing to your child. But it's kind of sad, you know? It's beautiful. I think that's my biggest source of inspiration. You can hear it in the melodic universe. I had a dream I was 7, climbing my way in a tree. I saw a piece of heaven waiting impatient for me. Dawn. The first time I ever showed anyone Runaway was about 5 years later, December 2012. The school asked me to sing for a little ceremony
I remember
in the
this
end
story.
of the year. Someone filmed it and put it online, and then my management saw that video somehow, and they messaged me, I think, if I ever would consider meeting them and becoming an artist. And first I said no, but then my mother actually said to me that I should give it a chance, because when I sing for her, she feels both sadness and happiness at the same time, and it's good to have things in life that wakes up these emotions the world is trying to kind of shut down, I guess. So I think I just played it to a producer called Magnus Skylstad, and we made our first demo in 2013. I was listening to the ocean, I saw a face in the sand, but when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hand.
I love how different that sounds.
That's so weird to hear. I haven't heard this version since the day I recorded it.
Oh, wow.
I can hear that
She doesn't listen
my
to her own
accent in
music.
English, well, it's still very there when I speak still today, but I remember people telling me to kind of work on it. And I can hear that my timing is quite bad. That's very funny.
I like it, though.
I always knew from the very first day I stepped a toe into the studio how I wanted the music to sound, to kind of reflect the coldness from the country where I was from.
The bass.
The original seed of why the song was written is quite cold. So I wanted the sounds to sound cold. And also, I know that my voice is quite natural and folky, so I thought I could add some modern sounds to kind of make an interesting mix. I was painting a picture. The picture was a painting of you. And for a moment I thought you were here, but then again, it wasn't true. Magnus, he is very good at listening, and I think it's very rare to be a young female in the music industry and to find a man that kind of listened to you and had respect for your wishes. It's very good and respectful a relationship, and I'm very grateful for it. And I was dancing in the rain, I felt alive and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong.
This is
down, I fell like a stone against the ground. This emptiness inside my heart has been there from the start. I've forgotten about that part. That was how I wrote the song, and if you can tell, I'm switching from like a waltz beat from 3/4, I'm switching to 4/4. And when my first ever show came along and we had to play this song live, I remember just me and my band back then, it was too hard for us to enter the last chorus with a new rhythm, and it just ended up sounding weird. So I just wrote a new medley during rehearsals, and then I just
that's crazy.
kept it. A lot of things happened in 2014. I had a record deal by then, and I got asked to make an EP. So I re-recorded Runaway winter 2014, and then I knew what I wanted the song to do and be. I had really learned that my biggest strength, I guess, is my voice, and I knew that I should use it as much as I can. So you can hear all these voices and choirs all around my leading vocals. I was listening to the ocean.
Ugh, so good.
I saw faces in the sand, but when I picked it up, then
That
it
bass note
vanished
gets me every
away
time.
from my hands. Done. In the very beginning, the man that you can hear is actually Magnus himself.
That makes sense. His voice is incredible.
He can sing quite deep, which is nice for me, especially when we play live. But yeah, that's me and Magnus.
On this hike,
It's kind of like mysterious and dark, and
I thought they were gonna
it
play
reminds me of trolls in the mountains just humming in the wind, you know. I just love the mood. It felt very nice to let go of the piano. I felt like I only needed my voice and then some kind of deep sounds to accompany me. I love drums, but I'm much more a fan of drums that feels ancient and big, that you could play in a circle around the fire, if you know what I mean. And I've always hated traditional drums, hi-hats and like a normal snare. And I just wanted the drums to also mirror this dark and lost feeling. I feel like whoever is playing it is lost in a deep well.
God.
That guitar, it must have been played by Odd Martin, another producer from Bergen, and he plays the guitar very well and he has an excellent voice. And you can hear that it's a bit like weird sounding. It's because the song was a bit faster, but I asked for it to be lowered in tempo, so we had to stretch out the guitar sound rather than just playing it again. But it made this kind of cool effect that I kind of like. Odd Martin and Magnus and myself, we made my first album together, and then they just joined my band because they had a sense of belonging to my music also, to our music. To me, that synth represents this being getting closer to you, like bum, 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 bum. I wanted the meaning in the verses to be reflected by the music in a way that enhances what you want to run away from, this dark and haunting feeling. And in the pre-choruses, you can hear the pattern stepping up and getting more frequent. Bum, 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 bum.
That's so sick.
That also to me represents that this being is kind of running faster and you're stepping up the pace, trying to get away from it, but it's right there behind you. And no matter how fast you run, And all this time I have been lying, oh, lying in secret to myself. I've been putting sorrow on the forest place on my shelf. Da-di-da. And also this deep feeling to me made it so easy and beautiful to really open up and make it feel like you're flying in the choruses. I was dancing in the rain, felt alive and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong.
I love those
Take me
background
home
vocals.
where I belong. It's one of those lines that makes more sense to me the older I get, because the longer you get from your birth, the more you long to get back to whatever that was. It just felt beautiful and heartbreaking to say to someone, take me home. It's just so simple and you ask for so little, but still it's such a big need to have, and it just felt heartbreaking. Also in the last chorus you can hear this male choir, and that's also Odd Martin and Magnus just shouting their lungs out.
It's so beautiful.
And I remember looking at them and being very touched by how they gave everything. I was very moved by it. I knew what I wanted the song to do to me, and that's why I added the ending with a lot more emotions and kind of velocity in the vocals, where you're like on your knees, you're just begging for someone to hold you. And I really wanted to reflect that grandness. No, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. Oh, no, take me home where I belong. Oh, I can't take it anymore. I've never thought about home as a location ever. Home to me is what I know, and away is what you don't know, the unsure and the unknown. Sometimes you're around people or you do things and suddenly you look in the mirror and you don't even recognize this version of yourself, and I hate that feeling. Luckily I don't have it often, but home is also just when you know that you're in a place in your life and you're surrounded by people and you're doing things that make sense with who you are, who you really are, and then it feels safe and home.
But why was that like the most epic thing I've ever listened to? What the hell? Why have I not been recommended this before? Maybe I have, and if you have, I apologize. Guys, this was so interesting to learn not only more about how the song was created, but really the thought process behind it, the technical process behind it. Hearing her hear the song that isn't really the song today and getting like a little giggly about it and be like, oh my God, I haven't heard this in so long. That's wild. It's crazy how old this song is, and it is still so relevant today. This was magical to listen to. Aurora has such a beautiful singing voice, but her talking voice is just as beautiful, soothing, and just, I feel a sense of calm when she talks, and I love how she explained everything. I love that she got into like details that I didn't think she would get into, those types of details. Like she literally explained how she wrote the song, what it's about, and was so specific on each section. Like that's insane. I think I have a whole new love for the song Runaway. It probably means more to me now than it ever did. Again, even if you like a song and the artist tells you exactly what it's about, you can still take that song and put it in your own life and make it however you want it to feel for you, make it about whatever you want it to be about. And that's the great thing about music, is that it doesn't have to be about what the artist has gone through, what the song is originally about. It could be what you're going through. It could help you go through something, etc. But I definitely have a bigger understanding and now a bigger love for this song, of how it really came to be. And it's just like all of the things they added into this song, and it's just wild that she is so lucky that she found her producers and the people that she worked with when she was, just starting out, because not everyone has that, luck of getting good people to work with. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy she's always been safe in the music industry. I'm sure she's met people along the way that have been not so nice, but I'm glad she's still with the same people. And obviously she has new people in her band, but she's still herself. And I think that's all that matters here. This was such a good one. Honestly, if there is more from this podcast, I would really love to hear more, not just for Aurora, but really any artist that I like. I would love to hear this. I just love how this was done. It kind of blew my mind a little bit because, as someone who edits videos and can edit music and can edit pretty much anything, it's just the way they stuck it all together and had the clips. And it was like she was listening to those clips and then she was talking over certain clips. But I know this was like extremely edited, which also was just very flawlessly done. So like kudos to the person who did this, because it sounded amazing. And it was just so cool to hear the different versions of this song and just to get really excited about a song that's kind of old, but you're kind of hearing it with fresh ears, if that makes sense. I'm just rambling now because I'm so in love with this song. Okay, I won't ramble anymore. If you guys haven't seen this, let me know your thoughts. If you have seen this, let me know if there's anything else on this podcast that you think I should listen to. All right, vinyl of the day. Got a gift from a subscriber, Jen. He sent me Bloom by Larkin Poe. Haven't listened to the whole thing, but I did react to Pearls. So if you're interested, you can go check out that. This is so good. I'm excited to listen to the full thing. I'm really hoping I can do a full album reaction to it. I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. I've been talking too much today, which means I should end this video, but check out Larkin Poe. They're amazing. I love Aurora Tuesdays. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Take care of yourselves.